Hey guys, thanks for coming in for a video today. It was a horrible thumbnail that they surprised me with. I'm really not used to this webcam thing that they're making me use, and I don't like the way my little statue looks like he's on top of my head there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't really like it. I can't really figure out when it's going to start and when it's going to snap that thumbnail. But thank you so much for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. And I am drinking out of 2 cups and a jug of water here. We're going to talk today about Mercari. We're going to talk about listing our jewelry online for profit, and I hope that kind of subject matter interests you, because that's kind of what we talk about here at this channel. If you have not taken the chance to or the opportunity to subscribe, I hope you'll do it today. Again, we do a lot of ride-alongs. We do jewelry talk, jewelry unjarrings, jewelry unboxings. But on Sunday at 3 p.m. Central, every Sunday, I like to bring you this particular series, and it is concerned with reselling. And that's because as resellers, we are often kind of slash hoarders, and we really accumulate a lot of things, including jewelry, especially when we buy the jewelry bags. I've never seen so much jewelry around me. Sometimes it's good jewelry, sometimes it's fine jewelry with, precious metals and semi-precious or precious stones. So that's often a good thing. It's wonderful. I love when that happens, but it doesn't happen that often. But there is a lot of things that we can still sell from those finds. And especially if you guys go to garage sales are a wonderful place to find really good jewelry, because a lot of times people are selling for other people, or people have taken over mom and dad's estate and they could care less about the jewelry, or they know nothing about it. And if you don't know anything about jewelry, you really are going to let it go at a good price. So it's a good opportunity for all of us. Let me welcome a few people in the chat and let me know how the stream is, because we have horrible storms right now. My internet went out for about 10 minutes and I almost died. And it was probably 10 seconds, but it felt like 10 minutes. And that was a little while ago. So let me know if it's coming in clear and all of that. It looks like we have Carla here from Princess Casserole, and Creative Lori, and Gina, and Louise, and Kathleen, and Misha, and Melissa, Cynthia. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to start with this little, what do you call it when you do something like this? Maybe a prop. If you guys think for any minute, and even for 1 second, that you can't make money online, look at what I just bought online. And it came in a day. One day. Talk about impulse shopping, right? So I had to sit in for a teacher, a 6th grade teacher, while she was in one of our special education meetings for my other coworker, 6th grader. So they asked me to go sit in her class for a few minutes. And I did. She had a little candy dish there, and I helped myself to some Jolly Ranchers. The lime is my absolute favorite. And I grabbed 2, and I felt a little sinister about it, like I was stealing her candy because I didn't ask permission. But I took 2 of them, and I was like, you know what? I love these candies so much. I want to have some in my desk. But it's so hard to just get the green ones, right? You have to dig through them, and I don't like the purple, and I don't like the red. My daughter just told me she likes the watermelon, so I may buy her some. But I got on Amazon, I believe it's Friday, yes. I got on Amazon, and I paid, I think, $17 for this bag of all green Jolly Ranchers. So if you don't think that people are as crazy as I am and looking for things to buy online, you're very mistaken. They are ready. They are ready to spend their money on everything from jewelry to Jolly Rancher, all lime, candies. And that's what I did. And my husband says, look, it looks like you got some jewelry or something in this big old poly mailer, padded. And I was, yeah, it does. I had forgotten that I had ordered it. I said, oh my gosh, it feels like beads or something. I mean, it really did. It felt like a bunch of beads. And then I opened it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that impulse buy I made on Friday. Oh my goodness. Adam just came in as well. Thank you guys so much. Hey Don, how are you? Oh my goodness, it's crazy. But yeah, we do that. We do drunk buying. A lot of people, it's been noted, especially on Poshmark, will go on and after a couple of glasses of wine with their girlfriends will be like, oh, I need those black pumps. I know I did it once. I went on and I needed loafers, and I I offered for about 6 people, made offers for all different kinds of loafers in all colors and varieties. And I think 3 people took me up on my offer, and I was inundated with loafers that I could have probably just used 1 pair. But we all do that, guys. But back to Mercari. Mercari is such a different animal, guys. I have quite a few videos, and I will link them here on Mercari, because it went in its infancy. It was very rudimentary, and it was very strange. There was not much in customer service, and I still don't think they're very great at customer service. They really have a lot to be desired. And one is, you have to look for the spot to report it. There's a spot where if they get something of yours and they're not completely happy with it, they have to accept it. So if they don't accept it, it means there's something wrong with it. But a lot of times it just asks, has it been delivered? And people will click yes. And then you have to actually click no, or else they think that you're accepting it and they release the money. And as a seller and a buyer, I really try to think the same way, because I am both. And I really feel like our customer wants to feel as if you would treat your mother or your dad, or if it was yourself. You want to give that kind of service back. So it's really important to understand their customer service is very different. It's a lot of trouble to return things. In my opinion, it's a lot of trouble. I recently purchased, and this is such a pain, it's happened twice already, that was marked and sold as sterling. It was a beautiful ring. It said it was sterling lapis, and it was $30. So it looked really nice. Then I started looking at it again, and there was something about the design that reminded me of those ones that are coming out of India that are stamped 925 and are indeed not sterling and are indeed not lapis. It was some other kind of stone. When I got it, I looked at it. It didn't have the color of lapis at all, not with the gold specks. And I know sometimes they come plain and whatnot, or they're more blue than any kind of coppery specks in there, or pyrite. What is it that's in there? I forget, but it leaves off like little gold specks. So immediately I took pictures. I had to go through the hassle of clicking all those right buttons, and took the pictures. They asked that the buyer take the pictures and submit them, even if there's nothing to take a picture of. Like, let's say it hasn't arrived, but they asked for that. I took a picture of the item. I took a picture of it with my little slate and my acid next to it. I said, it's not sterling, it's not lapis, it's fraud. And I don't mind saying things like that, because I hate when people do that. And I see how much feedback she has, and she had a lot of it, and she had some positive ones, mostly. So she sold plenty of those things to people who are not aware of being scammed, basically. So they said, okay, we're going to get with her, see if she wants to return it. And then we will let you know, and you can, either keep it or return it, depends on her. So she's making me return it, and I did return it Friday. And as soon as it scanned up, I took it, they send you the label. I took it into the post office, and the label was scanned. And as soon as it was scanned, I got my money back. So that's a good thing. But how is that for us as sellers? Is that a good thing for us as sellers, for them to get, they could maybe return something else. We don't know what they're going to return. There's always that little bit that I don't like. And the fact that it doesn't use PayPal doesn't leave us another recourse either. So I'm thinking it was an okay thing for me, but as a seller, how would I feel if she had already gotten her money back and all she did was really print out a label and have the post office scan it as soon as it's scanned? I didn't even give it time to arrive and inspect or anything like that. Those kinds of things really caused me a little bit of concern. Another time I had to return something for them, they told me to keep it, and they gave me my money back right away. So that's what I don't like. It's like you never can be consistent. You never really know what they're going to do, how they're going to handle a return. I don't like that about Mercari. I really don't. Another thing is, it's very easy to list there. Yes, it is, but it's limited. So it's 1 or 2 clicks, but you can only put in so much text. I believe I can barely put sterling. Sometimes I'll put James Avery rare bracelet heart or intertwined hearts or something, and then I can't add medium or something. It's really, really limited in your title, so you have to be really careful. They do allow you 2 hashtags as well, so that kind of helps. But then again, I have more than 1 hashtag. It's not like Etsy where you can put, I think, 15 hashtags. I can only put 2. So usually I'll put James Avery, and then I don't know whether I should put sterling or whether I should put rings. So that's what I hate about it. What do you guys feel about Mercari? Who out there sells for Mercari, with Mercari? That's very limiting to me. The pictures, I believe there's quite a few pictures. There's definitely more than 4. I think it's 8. So that's a good thing. And then you can edit on there too. I love that. That's very nice about Mercari. You can edit your photos right there as soon as you upload them. They also have a wonderful feature that I wish eBay had and Etsy also has, and that is to deactivate things. So if I sell something, let's say like I just had an auction last night and I sold some things that are on there, I deactivate them. So that way, just in case my buyer didn't pay or anything happens, or if I happen to sell it on another platform at the same time, I can still keep it inactive without having to delete it completely. That's really, really convenient. I love that about Mercari, and I love that about Etsy. eBay does not do that. But again, it is easy to list. It does allow you generous amount of pictures. It also has an interesting feature that they can ask you questions right on the listing. So other people will see those questions just like they do on Poshmark. So there's no private emails or anything like that where someone can say, is it scratched or what exactly is the size? And you know how eBay allows you that option of posting it to the picture or to the listing. So other people may have that same question and it'll be answered and whatnot. But sometimes it's, it's up to you whether you want that question posted or not. I mean, it's not that you're hiding anything, but people will say, different things like, well, aren't you selling it for this much? Or, you can just run into all kinds of problems that way. Let me see what the chat is saying. Again, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. No, Posh has not. I think they're doing Canada. I thought Posh was doing Canada. Hey, Sandy, how are you? Jennifer's in here as well. And if you do have a question for me, guys, highlight it in caps or with my name. You can type @ and then my name, and then it'll pop up and click it, and that way it'll highlight my name. Where is the Texas Longhorn mug? This is not a Texas Longhorn mug. This one is from Whataburger. This one is from Whataburger. I found this at a thrift store, and I really love it. It says nickel coffee on it. It reminds me of my dad because my dad always loved Whataburger coffee. He thought it was one of the best places to get his morning coffee. Yeah. Looks like Anita came in. Any other questions about Mercari, guys? I'm going to open it up to questions later as well. I know I keep missing questions, so I don't want to do that. I'll give you a couple of minutes at the end if you have any. PayPal refunding fees, that adds more aggravation for sellers. Yeah, PayPal does that, but PayPal also talks to you. They really do. And many times, I mean, if you ask them, a lot of people just don't like to go through that problem. And if you're in reselling, you have to get yourself prepared to make phone calls and to talk to people and to call them to it on them, call them out on it, because it's just like when people, I never understand why people sell brand new things at garage sales, never been used, still tagged. People hate returning things. They hate going to the store. They hate, if I were to, maybe this was watermelon, I'd probably keep it. I wouldn't probably, return it, or maybe I would, because I'm not that way. I do return things. I don't care how little the amount is. If it's wrong, I return it. But a lot of people don't feel that way. And the same thing with the PayPal. If you're having an issue, call them up. Many times they will work with you. They really will. And many times they will satisfy the buyer and the seller. But if you don't speak up, they won't. They really won't. Can you use collage pictures on Mercari? You can. They don't really have a strict rule. They did have one, and this is so funny. When I first started selling there, I have a picture of myself wearing some Versace glasses, and they're still there. And they yanked it down and said it was a stock photo. And I was like, wow, thanks. I guess I took a good picture. But I don't know if I'm even still selling them there. I think I'm still selling them on Posh. It's the same picture. And that's one thing they did do. They yanked it down for a stock photo. They do have a problem with counterfeits and all of that. And, like I just told you about the sterling ring, that's out and out fraud. It's not lapis. It's not sterling. And she's selling it for $30. What is that? It's horrible. So I don't like that. But other than that, I don't like collage photos. I don't really see the point of a collage photo. They're this small. And most people are shopping on their devices. I mean, it's even like when I'm watching, I hate to compare apples and oranges, but this is another thing I have a pet peeve about. For people who do screen shares and they're telling me what they sold, and they don't tell me. They just said, I sold this for $500. I bought it for $5. Okay, I can't see it. I can't expand it anymore. I'm looking at it actually on my laptop. I mean, on my laptop or my computer at work. And I cannot see what you're showing me. I cannot see it. And I can't see what it sold for unless you actually, sometimes I'm glad they even say what they sold it for, because you cannot see it. And then when you're shopping on a device, like most people are, I think it's the majority of people are shopping on their devices. What good is a collage photo? I don't really see it at all. I think a front, especially jewelry, the front presence, and I like to usually make it on you if it's something really substantial like beaded necklaces or something. But if it's a cameo, I'll do the close-up of the cameo on that one photo, and then you can click and you can see the back and you can see the markings. Clothing as well. I mean, do we really need to see the back zipper? Unless it's really spectacular, and if it is spectacular, make it your top photo. If it's a low back. All right. So that was one thing I don't like, the fact that we don't have a PayPal that we can call right away. We really have to go through Mercari's system of making your point. And again, this is as a buyer or a seller, and then you have to wait if they're going to return it. How long are they going to take to return it? So forth and so on. I've only had one return on Mercari, and it was a necklace that was a Zapata necklace, really pretty. And I think I wrote down 20 inches, and I think she said it was 19. So she was adamant right there at the start of the hoop or whatever, the start of the jump ring was 19, not 20. So be very careful. She was not ugly about it or anything. It didn't fit her, so she had to return it. But it took a while for her to, tell me that. And then I told her this, and I said, return it. And then they still have to go through photos, and then they have to give her a label and so forth. So that's the problem there. Another thing is the feedback. You cannot give feedback. This person that really committed fraud, in my opinion, when you gain something, when you gain monetarily for something that is a lie and not as represented as described, that is fraud. And when you do that, and you can get away with it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, because no one left feedback, I don't like that. I think you should be able to give feedback prior or something, but when it's in the return process, you don't have access to that. So it's kind of hairy that way. I don't like it. I wish it wasn't that way. Let me see if anybody else popped in. Oh, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for stopping in, Lori. Lydia's here as well from Florida. Perla, thank you for being here. I think I said hello to Anita. Thank you, Anita. Miss Chris, how are you? So other than that, the feedback is a problem. Let's talk about pluses. I love selling clothing on there. I don't do clothing anymore. But I love selling more than clothing. I love selling shoes and boots because they had that really lenient shipping where they allowed you, I don't know how many pounds for very little money. So that was the first place I put the boots in. I could get much better money there for those big, heavy boots. I think I sold some Lucchese's on there, and I think 2 pair of Lucchese and some other very heavy men's boots and other things like that. So that's a great place for that. Jewelry. Oh my gosh, jewelry, it's an absolute mecca for James Avery and collectible things like Tiffany, James Avery, John Hardy, Lagos, all of those collectibles it's a magnet there. And the reason it's a magnet is because people have this false notion. It is a false notion, but again, there's always an exception to the rule that you can get a bargain, that you will steal it. And I have stolen things there. I really have. I have found some wonderful bargains and resold them on Posh and so forth. But it's not always the case. I have sold things on there for more money than I have on Posh James Avery. Why? Because it was rare. Why? Because it was something that is seen by tons and tons of people. I love you can save your searches and you go back and, you have already what came in. So if I'm searching for, like right now, I'm really looking for a James Avery bangle in gold that I have in silver, but I want one in gold. It's called the Crown of Thorns. And I've been looking at that for years and years and years. So I have it on bangles. And every time a new bangle comes in, it lets me know there's 3 new bangles. So I love that about it. So it's got a really nice system to find your things. So again, that's where the hashtags come in, right? And that is one thing that's absolutely true about Mercari. People are going to go there and buy your collectible designer jewelry. They're looking for it. They're going to go in there and buy it. And then they do have the offer button too. They have started a new thing, which I don't know how I feel about it as a buyer. As a seller, it's pretty good because they only allow you so much. So they can't put in $20 when you're selling something for $40. I think it has to be only a 15% reduction, 10 to 15. I think you can choose 15%, 30%, or I think the least is 15. Yeah, it's not much. So it's like 15, 10%, and then so forth. So they've added that. That's a new feature because you used to get a lot of lowball offers. I wish they would do that on Posh because they're such a nuisance. But as a buyer and seller, again, we have different perspectives. I don't like it as a buyer, but as a seller, it's a good thing. So that's a good thing there that you do have that offer button so you can, and of course their fee is only 10%. You can't beat that. That is a really low fee. But I do like the fact that my James Avery jewelry sells in one day on there. On one day, especially if I am pricing it competitively. Like right now, I have some bangles up there. They're still around the same price range as everybody else's. So they're around, if I drop it even $5, I know I would sell it. But I'm still holding on to it because my bangle is a little bit more unique than the others. Mine is hammered and it's not a simple band, even though it's a bracelet that's retired, but the one that everyone has is the simple band. So that's why I'm still holding on to it. I may still edit it. They do have those edit features where you can reduce it. They do have a promote feature, and the promote is totally free. All you do is reduce it by a certain amount. I think you don't even have to put in the amount. You just say promote, and then they reduce it by a certain percentage. And then it goes up, I guess, the algorithm, and people see it faster. So I have sold things that way. They do move quickly that way. But again, you cannot go wrong if you have some designer jewelry, Tiffany, James Avery, who's the other one I said, John Hardy, Lagos, anything like that, put it there. It'll move. It'll get attention and it will move. And you will get offers. And it's up to you, whether you want to accept them or not. But it's a great place to do that. Vintage, I've done okay. And I've found a few things there. And vintage and things like, let's say I want to put a fine 14 karat gold opal ring. You can find some good things in there and you can find some bargains. Some people are just ready to roll with it. So it's a great place to source. Do that. Do try that. Or if you don't even, you have a whole bunch of rings you will get attention there for fine jewelry, designer jewelry. I would not hesitate one bit on that. And again, I just want to lay to rest the myth that you have to let things go really cheaply there. You don't. You'll get money. You'll get good money on there. If it's something someone wants, desirable, you will get it. Put it there. And it's grown so much. It has a lot of traffic. It really does. I don't know if I'm Thelma Thrift over there. I think I am. Maybe. Let me look. I forgot. I've been on there for so long. Like I said, I've been on there probably 4 years. And I had problems with them in the beginning. They took, oh my gosh. And then they would make you, before they used to make you use UPS. That was a pain. Now they finally got with the program and I could just go to the post office. It looks like I'm just Thelma there, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know what my name is. I'll show it to you though. There it is. It just says Thelma there. Can you guys see it? So I'm not sure. Not sure how to find it. Thanks for asking, though. I do have a lot of Christmas brooches up there right now, and the Christmas brooches have been moving as well, so I love that. Any other questions, guys? Try Mercari. You will not regret it. Try it. I just, like I said, the only drawbacks for me are the returns. It takes a little while for you to get your money. And they are very quick to send the label to the customer. As soon as it scans, and if you do deal with scammers, and let's face it, guys, we can't live our life that way, waiting to be scammed, but there are scammers out there, many. I know a lot of eBay people complained about selling electronics where people would, gut the stereo and then send it back. And, that could happen on Mercari too. Of course, I've gotten to the point where I take pictures of a lot of things so that I know what I'm shipping. you know, the packaging, they want a picture of the package and all of that. So they'll usually side with you. And like I said, if you do have problems, go through PayPal as well. If one doesn't listen, the other one might, and then they kind of talk to each other. That's the only way I got a refund when I first had problems with Mercari, was to go through PayPal. And they sent them a letter quickly and asked for them to address it, because they were taking forever. But again, that was in the beginning. They've gotten a little bit better about it. So other than that, it is a good place to list things. Do not fall for the notion that you have to go really low there. You don't. If you have a good item in jewelry, again, James Avery, magnet, absolute magnet for James Avery. This is how I've won a lot of the Chick Pickers challenges that she does on Sunday. She's another YouTuber here, has a wonderful show. And she does a Sunday listing challenge. And when I have a lot of James Avery, I win by listing there because it sells immediately. Even a plain James Avery chain, I can ask for $30, $40, when in weight, it's probably only worth $5. But because it has the JA symbol, and it's considered, and it is very good quality jewelry, it sells really quickly. And same thing with Lagos and you know, anything. As a matter of fact, I have my eye on this beautiful James Avery. No, not James Avery, John Hardy ring. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And it's reasonably priced. It really is, but I just don't want to buy it right now. I want to sell. I want to sell more than I buy right now. But if there's any other questions, let me just look really quick. Yeah, Bars is good too. Like I said, anything with a name, you will sell it there. People are looking for it with jewelry. And of course, as I said, with clothing, the shoes do well because of that lenient shipping, but your jewelry does too. Your jewelry's, and people are looking for jewelry. Native American, I have found many lots there, reasonably priced, giveaway prices, but you don't have to do giveaway prices. You can put your Native American stuff up there and it will move. People are looking for that. I don't know why it's so, maybe because it's a smaller platform and people may get inundated with what's going on with eBay and all of the Chinese things that are going in, and you know, just it's such a crowded platform that I think maybe that's why people find it more user friendly over on Mercari, to just scroll through what you need and, you know, hashtag what you need, what you're searching for, and maybe that's why. Or people feel like, you know, maybe younger people are moving towards certain platforms, so they go around looking to see what they can find there, and it does sell well. I do like it. And it's very popular right now. I don't know if you guys have noticed, some of the ads here on these YouTube channels have been for Mercari. So it's definitely moving up the ladder there. Guys, there's 60 people watching, 27 people with the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of talk about resale here. Oh, let me show you what I found. I was going to show you something else, but I can't find it. I put it somewhere, but I went back to that honey hole, and I'm going to show you one thing that I found from her Friday. But I found this fabulous Native American piece that I'm going to put up on Mercari. And it's signed, and it's just amazing. But I put it away. I was going to show it in my other video. And now I don't know where exactly I put it, but I'll show it to you next time. But I found this ivory bangle. She let me have this for a very good price, along with the other stuff that I got. I got some costume pieces. And wow, what drew me to this right away was the fact that it definitely looked vintage by the size. It's 2 1/4 in diameter, 2 1/4. So all of these tiny sizes are very, very reminiscent of vintage items. It seems like a lot of the necklaces we find that are choker and stuff, they always seem to be a little bit smaller. I guess we didn't have all that fast food that made us so fat and unhealthy, right? Me included. I don't know. Or maybe we didn't eat right. Maybe we didn't grow healthy. I don't know. But I love it. It fits perfectly. I can't sell it, but I still, you know, appreciate ivory very much. Hi, Anne. How are you? And I love the fact that it's got this very interesting hinge. I don't believe it's sterling. I think it's base metal. I'm going to test it. But it's got this kind of nail head thing that you push in there and you just lock it down. And yeah, she pulled these out. She said some gentleman that she knows had brought them to her to see if she could do something with them. And apparently they belong to his late wife. See how it yellows? I know it was Zombie over at Makeup Zombie, Liz over at Makeup Zombie had noted that ivory usually gets that yellow tinge, right? but I've never run into one that's got this much of it. I have found about 3. Jennifer, thank you so much for that super chat. Oh gosh, no, I really appreciate it. I found about 3 ivory bangles in jewelry jars, and they've been big. They've been braided, where one of them looked like it had some gold threading around it. Still have that one. I gave one away in a giveaway to a subscriber, and then I have another one. And they've all been big, and I have to wear them together with other bangles. Do I have them here? I don't know where I left them. But anyway, I've never seen one this small. It fits so nice. I may give it away one day or something, but right now I'm going to enjoy it. I've never seen one. Like I said, Liz over at Makeup Zombie is the one that noted how yellow they can become. And this gentleman brought over his late wife's jewelry. She had another, like an Art Nouveau thing. I should have got it. I know. See, I was negotiating this time. And so I think I got a good deal. I got half of what she had originally started with, because she said it wasn't her jewelry, but then she negotiated it anyway. But see how small? I mean, that is just so nice, because I love when bangles fit right. I love when they fit right. This is a nice thick one. I have seen it up close. It definitely is ivory. And then that turquoise piece, I've got to bring it to you soon. I don't know where I left it. I had it all rolled up and ready to show you. And then I had that auction here last night, so I'm surrounded by jewelry and other things. And I haven't cleaned up yet, so that's why. But I'll bring it to you in a thrift haul. I have a great thrift haul for you. I'll probably do it tomorrow night over in the other room. And I did want to note, back to my auction, guys, if you haven't gotten my invitation, look in your spam. If you go to my Facebook, that's right here in every description of my videos, go to that top shelf public page and like it, and maybe shoot me an email through the Facebook Messenger and tell me you just liked it, because I don't want to disturb people who liked it 3 years ago and who care less about my Facebook. I've been sending probably redundant emails out to invite you to Thelma Thrift members only auctions. We've already had 2, I believe, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'd love to have you join if you're interested in it. So again, just go to my Facebook page here that's in the description, like it, shoot me a Facebook Messenger that you liked it for the reason of being invited to the auction, and I'll do that. And if you don't, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. It's just something that I want to do for us. If we can get together here and there, I will be posting probably some virgin jewelry jars there for auction as soon as I get a few more members interested in it. And I have done, we've been doing some really good sales. Last night I was showing this bracelet, and I know I've showed it to you guys before, and Jude was the one that told me it was hematite and not pyrite. And oh, too bad Lori left, because she was talking about hematite the other night. Was it last night? And it's just one of those large bracelets. See, that's what's unusual about things like this. Sometimes they're large, sometimes they're big. And it's really pretty by Dane Craft. So I was going to offer that, but I didn't get to it last night. I don't want to keep them very long. Here's the earrings, and then here's a pendant. So we didn't get to all the stuff I want to add, but I also don't want to bore you guys to death with a 4-hour auction. So, but isn't this gorgeous, guys? And then Lori was saying that hematite, I didn't get the whole gist. I got to go back and see it. But she was saying something about how rare it is now or something, and the prices have gone up. I don't know why, or if it's a certain kind, but this is probably an 8-inch bracelet. So anyway, that's the kind of stuff you'll see, all of the stuff I've accumulated over the years, the stuff that I can, sometimes fish out of a jewelry jar. If you are interested, again, hit that Facebook link that is in my description box. Go like it. Shoot me a messenger and say I liked it, because I want you to invite me to your auctions. And we're trying to have them on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Not every Saturday, I don't think, because I'll probably be going to Chicago next month. So excited about that. And, once in a while I have some things to do on Saturday. And again, I don't want to inundate you with that all the time. I want you to kind of, keep coming back for more interesting things. All right. Any other, oh my goodness, we got a horrible troll today, don't we? Oh, what a horrible thing to say in a chat. Can you believe that? Can you believe these idiots? Oh my gosh. I don't want to give them attention, but that just shocks me and hurts me so much when I see something stupid like that. Oh my gosh. Thank you again, Jennifer, for that super chat. Let me see if I don't see any other. Oh, you did? Fabulous, Anita. Lagos. Yes, that's been around for a while. And there's quite a few. That's why I love getting the mail order catalogs from Neiman's. Get those because there's so many new designers out there. We can't keep up with them. They're just, and other people just know all about them because that's what they do. That's their life is shopping. So when and then they have those trunk shows and they bring in new designers, Kendra Scott, Alexis Bertard, there may be yesterday's news for all we know, but do put yourself on those mailing lists so you're up on all of those designers that we do run into. We will run into those. Anyway, I think I'm gonna let you go. I have to run and do a little bit of maybe lunch before I go help Miss Elizabeth at Makeup Zombie. I'm going to link her channel too, because last time someone said, who's Makeup Zombie? And they didn't know where to go. She does a showcase sale. We're going to start it back up today, this Sunday. So I can't wait to go help her with that and see what goodies she may have to offer today. Come back and see me for another A-listers. I will bring you the thrift haul. I will show you what else I got from that wonderful woman that I rediscovered. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful week, guys. Enjoy it.